Hello everybody, my name is Ziho Chan, and I will be talking about inductive and deductive reasoning today. And this presentation is on the behalf of UCR psychology class, and I'm presenting this as a final project. So inductive reasoning is quite different from deductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is where you have a where you generate a hypothesis, and the hypothesis would be supported by data that are more generic and more flexible and more open. Whereas deductive reasoning in research situations, you would generate a hypothesis and then you would deduct empirical data that would refute the hypothesis. So a way to simplify this and to compare inductive and deductive reasoning is if you have three components, you have A, B, and C, you have three factors. And inductive reasoning suggests that because A is equal to B, both A and C is equal to B, therefore A and C must be correlated. And that might not be true in some cases, or it could be true. There's a possibility, but it doesn't guarantee that there will always be correlation. And in comparison, a deductive reasoning, where you have hypothetically you still have three components, you have A, B, and C, and a deductive logic suggests that because A is equal to B, B is equal to C, therefore A must be equal to C. So this is the difference between inductive and deductive reasoning. So for example, an inductive question would be, for example, Alex eats rice. Chinese people eat rice, and therefore Alex must be Chinese. The hypothesis of Alex being Chinese is based on more generic, some generic factors. For example, in this case, the preference of eating rice. Alex eats rice, and both Alex and Chinese people like to eat rice, and therefore we relate the two factors together, and we generate the hypothesis of Alex must be Chinese. In this case, this is a more of an inductive logic, inductive question. Whereas if a deductive question would be, Alex is human needs water to survive, therefore Alex needs water. This hypothesis is supported by a more empirical evidence that would 100% guarantee the hypothesis, would approve the hypothesis. So in this case, A is equal to B, B is equal to C, and therefore A is equal to C. This kind of logic would be deductive reasoning. So A being Alex, B being human, and C being water. So Alex needs water, and human needs water. Or Alex is human, A is equal to B. Human needs water, B is equal to C, and therefore Alex also needs water. Okay, so and both inductive and deductive reasoning are also applied in daily lives, in arguments, and also in researches. So, for example, a research question for inductive reasoning, maybe Alex. Let's say the hypothesis is Alex would not be buying a car today, and then we are analyzing this hypothesis of Alex buying a car. Okay, so he's going to a Toyota dealership, buying a car. The hypothesis is that he would not be purchasing a car today, and some of the evidence that we would have under inductive reasoning would be Alex doesn't like Toyotas, and he does not like black cars, for example, and the dealership only sells black Toyotas. Okay? This does not instantly disapprove Alex not being able to purchase a car today, because even though those are some reasonable supports for the hypothesis, it does not rule out the possibility, or it does not guarantee that Alex would not be buying a car today. So maybe Alex likes the combination of both Toyota and black cars. So that would be a combination that changes his perception or changes his preference on buying a car, that would alter his decision. A deductive research question or a deductive logic to analyze that hypothesis would be seeking empirical data that would disapprove or either approve or disapprove the hypothesis. So in this case, the hypothesis stays the same. The hypothesis is Alex will not be able to buy a car today. Okay, so the empirical data would be, for example, what time does the dealership opens? So let's say the evidence shows that the dealership would be opening at 9 a.m. today, but we also know that Alex is traveling outside of that region at 8 a.m. today, and therefore Alex would not be able to purchase that car at that very day or at that very moment. So this would be a deductive way to analyze that hypothesis. So in conclusion, inductive reasoning would be where you have a theory and you seek data to generate a hypothesis, and then you would further analyze other supports or other data to come up with supports to confirm that hypothesis. Whereas and the supports might be more generic comparing to deductive reasoning. And deductive reasoning, you would have a theory, and you would generate a hypothesis based on that theory, and then you would further seek evidence to either approve or disapprove your hypothesis. And the supports might be more explicit. It is more empirical data that would either approve or refute your hypothesis. So this is basically inductive and deductive reasoning. Thank you for watching.